So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Brother.
Airborne, everybody. How are we doing this morning? Or today, this afternoon, I should say.
Well, Woodman just got up, and there he just admitted it.
You know, as cave dwellers are, you know.
Yes, sir. We know how you roll, Woodman. I was joking. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? We're just kind of jumping in. No agendas. Easy Thursday. Thirsty Thursday.
Oh,
Thirsty
yeah.
Thursday. We were supposed to be at the Legion, I know. We promoted it, talked about it. For those of you that were going to join us for the little live test, that'll be tomorrow morning. Probably around 9 o'clock, I would say. Takeoff. And nothing long, just a little test. If we're successful of you seeing us and that happens tomorrow, that's what we intended. Because that's all we're trying to do. And then we got to talk to the boss man a little bit down there, go over a few things, and it'll be successful. Ben won't be able to join because of obligations and whatnot. But it was supposed to be this morning. We were all happy, but snow. Right, Woodman?
Yeah, weather permitting. Weather permitting.
Winds
Well, the bad
and
thing
drifts
is,
and snow and
well, the bad thing is all the ice underneath of it. You know, the snow is really not the issue. It's the ice underneath. And well, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, I mean, we made the right move to cancel one day.
I agree. So tomorrow, look for that live show, folks. We are definitely going to be doing a little test. Other than that, we're still pushing forward on the Patriot Fest in August of 2020 coming up here, months before the election. And it's going to be a great time, end of the summer. Kind of all of us meet face to face. We are working on securing, and we'll make sure we'll make that announcement kind of tomorrow after we get the final little information tomorrow morning, and then sometime tomorrow there'll be videos and announcements, maybe from the live show. Tomorrow morning we'll be able to announce that. So tune in tomorrow morning if you can, 8:30 or about 9 a.m. ish. It's going to be a remote live test. Things are going to be running here at the studio. We're going to be off and about, beaming in. By the way, Woodman, how's all your setup right now, working and running? Pretty good, lag-free, quality, good hearing?
Back to the beginning, if that makes any sense. it's very sharp, crisp. I like it. No issues, no lagging,
That's
no
good.
buffering. I mean, that's on my end anyway. So I don't.
Yeah, no, nothing here. I was gonna say, you guys, as technical and all that as I've built many computers. Not so much in the last several years. Now, the one I'm rocking here was a partial build, kind of like what we would call a well, anyway, I got it partially done. All right, so it's kind of kicked off. Got a good deal on it through a buddy. So then I made several upgrades, and even when I got it from him, the way he had it configured. So even if a computer works, or a server type computer, doesn't mean it's necessarily in the quickest settings. So I had upgraded the graphics card probably 6 months ago. Well better off than what I was running with having hosting, having people on, and then the multiple screens I have here. Right now, I'm doing everything I've been wanting to do with my bigger screen. I've normally not been even running that. It's turned into more of a novelty thing, but now it's working its course. All because I had the, not myself, but the original graphics card was in one of the wrong slots. And even though it would work, it's always better to, if you have your first PCI, times 16 slot available, you should use that one, where there was a USB 3.0 card shoved into that thing. And even though it worked, it all worked. I moved things around, and now things are less glitchy on my end, big time. I've had nothing but weird static, war sounds in these headphones, almost sounding like, aircraft fighting each other, or just, while doing the show. So it's been rough for the last couple years doing that too. And that can be due to ground issues, or if you have too long of a cable, or the stud on it is just messed up. So there's many things, and I got that fixed. So I took some time this morning, tore apart the machine, moved some cards around, and just, I'm baffled how smooth and without, costed nothing, just a little bit of time. So be amazed. Always got to talk about the technical side of things, because you guys don't understand what it takes sometimes to bring a great quality show, or maybe you do, and that's why you're here. So either way, we appreciate it. Thank you. Woodman, Democratic debate the other night. I know you texted me, said, "I'm going to bed, brother. My head hurts. I shouldn't have done this to myself." These are the kind of texts I get from Woodman sometimes. Brother, I did it to myself. Let me read one here. Brother, I did it again. I did it to myself. I put myself through this hell, and now I must go lay down and rest my eyes and refresh my brain for our show in the morning. Similar to that, I might have added something there, but what did you think? What do you get out of it lately, or what are you seeing happening with nonsense?
Combat zones. What I see. How can they? Now listen. It's comical. How can they all stand up there and tell each one of them that they're wrong and that they're right? Now there's how can that be if they're all from the same party, and supposedly on the team, we'll call it the team, but yet they sit there and they act like children, screaming, hollering over each other, and I need to take this, and it's my. You're talking to me, and let me finish. And terrible. Now these are the people that are going to be trying to be president of the United States. These are they all act like little children. Little kids, temper tantrum, don't get their way. They me. Give me a break. These are supposed to be top notch. I just don't.
The best of the best, right? No, yeah, there is no. Folks, you are seeing the complete, just obliteration of the Democratic Party. I have to admit myself, it's
Well, they
it's
don't
hilarious.
want Bernie in there. They don't want Bernie in there. That's for sure. Oh boy, none of them do. No matter how much they fight amongst themselves, that's number one focus on them. They're not even focusing on Trump anymore. They got trying to get rid of Bernie. You know,
Yes. So talking about the technical side of everything, sometimes, when we're putting out the feed from here, I could be very little than none because I pay a very large amount for the internet. I got gigabit internet out. It's almost there anyway. It's huge numbers. I'm doing a perfect live stream. I can see the numbers. If you are buffering, which you'll get it here and there, buffering, jump out, click out, X out of this, come right back in. Sometimes just that alone, or exit out of YouTube altogether, get back to your device's home screen, and then come back into YouTube, find the video, and that'll help. Or sometimes you have to reset your phone. And then another thing, folks, is that you might notice, when you're on your cell phones and devices like that, and that's what you pay for, that's the only kind of say, I don't have a computer no more, I just use my cell phone.
yeah,
Even though you're on the, AT&T, Verizon, maybe you're on these Straight Talks, the prepaid ones, which are great. I use those for years. They come with even though I buy out the unlimited card, or you're on unlimited with like Verizon, for example. I use Verizon because I know Verizon unlimited is really 24 gig a month. So if you use 24 gigabits of data, then you're done. Even though you're going to continue to be unlimited and not have any more bill, they buffer you down to the next throttled 3G, and then it's hard for YouTube videos to load. They won't necessarily load in 1080p anymore, and you'll get buffering issues and all kinds of things that just are really on the network end of your own device. We do put out a 1080p signal here at 30 frames a second. I do have the equipment now to go upwards of 4K, 60 frames, or at least 1080p at 60. But your devices should always be able to divvy that back down on the fly in the auto mode. So if you keep your phone in auto mode, sometimes you'll pick the episodes up in like a 320p, which is very little bit of quality, and that'll stream less to your device. So let me put it this way: if you watch Netflix, streaming on a phone through your cell phone, you can burn up almost all of your data within a few movies if you're at the highest setting or the better quality. Even with YouTube, a couple of good streams, a couple of good shows, and then for the rest of the month, you're fighting to even watch something. So that's just the tech side of things. We can talk about that. Yeah, you can lower it down to 144p. I'm actually, just because I'm so engulfed with YouTube, I do have the premium package. It's $10 a month, which you pay $10. The family uses it and everything for that. It's ad free at that point because everyone gets a little revenue from you doing that. But I'm allowed to turn my phone off. Like YouTube don't allow you to turn. Normally if you turn your screen off, YouTube quits talking, you don't hear anything. But with the paid version, you can actually have your phone turned off, back down to nothing on your screen, and still hear, which is great when you're driving or something, because you don't need, the data. If you're just trying to listen to something, YouTube wants to play this high quality video. If you think about that, if you're driving and not looking at the screen, do you really need to be burning up 4 to 5 gigs in an hour wasted on something you didn't even look at because you're just wanting to hear it? That's, people are, you should make podcasts. And it's like, well, you can turn your screen off and it'd be damn near the same. When you do podcasts, you got to be very mindful to explain things a little better. Sometimes you take for granted that you got a screen and I could show you something. So if I'm like, see, look at this, but I never say what I'm looking at, and then the podcast people would be a little lost. But I did want to take a minute to say that. We're going to get a package out here. I just talked to Woodman a little earlier about getting back with his brother and getting us something a little special, at least for the mods. And plus, I want to send something out again. So I had talked to the mods. I got all the information. You guys don't think I forgot about you. I'm always I'm working on getting a little help on some of these other things that I have ideas for and need to happen quicker than what I can ever do them. But I have not sent anything out. I see faces in here, or get the word out to everyone else. I don't know if anyone else is here mod wise. I see Grillin face. Packages are on their way. Not yet, because we're a slight delay because there's going to be extra something in there for you guys that Woodman is going to be working on with me, and then Woodman's brother, and we got lots of other great ideas, folks. But so for anyone else wanting to get in on the package, I am going to be sending out to the mods with a special added last minute thing we came up with. And this, I don't have this in the right mode, but I will get it there. Use my hand as a backdrop. So there you go. You can see it pretty good. That is a Donald Trump silver coin. 99.9, 0.999. I'm going to send that. I'm going to give that to somebody. We're going to give somebody the famous Armor of God coin that you can carry with you wherever you go in this nice plastic, so it can just be right in your pocket. All right, Armor of God. And I did send something out maybe a month ago to a person. I'm not real huge on, I'll talk about it here for now, but you might not ever see the back end of it, but it happens, folks. And we'll be sure to maybe, this one's really cool. Might not focus because it's got a hole. Trying, there we go. This one actually moves around and spins. One shot, one kill. I love that one the best. All right, we got Woodman back. All right, so what I just randomly picked, you guys, again, just comment under the video if you're seeing this video after it's been live. If it's live now, of course, you can comment in the live ticker, and then there's the email. Something will get my attention. Me and Woodman will decide, and then we'll name that person here in the next couple days. We'll let this run. So we're going to send out those 3 to some lucky Patriot.
All right.
All right. You're going to have some cool stuff, and maybe something else I can throw in there if I got like a Patriot.
Great to own, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at a few articles here, Woodman.
All right.
I'm glad your machine's running good. It seems like, folks, I mean, the sound of the headphones is just so clear.
Well, everything's a lot better, you know. Well, you walked me through that little stage of fixing
the next
things.
step was going to be either getting back over there or remoting in. I'm actually want to give, with this new program we're going to be using tomorrow at the Legion to get in here, I need to get that on your machine, and then I can just remote in. You'll sit there, I'll be like, all right, sit back, brother, and you'll be seeing your mouse move and me clicking things and doing it all, and you're just sitting there watching. And then when I'm done, I back out. You shut down that program, and then I can never get back in, because the step of it would be for you to double click that, open up the program, and then I can get in. It's the same here. I've already tested it. It's really good software. It's just remote access to get into your own network from anywhere. But
great.
There were going to be a few different ways you were going to run the remote for the vMix, and there's another way where you get on, you know, it just shows you a kind of a janky remote, which you got to get used to, and you can figure out. It'll probably be great. But I just liked logging in and seeing the whole vMix like I'm normally am, and I'm like, wow, I can definitely run that remotely just this way. So
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of Twitter dumpster diving, basically. One of Woodman's favorite activities.
Yeah. Man. People are going to believe you one of these days. Send me a cardboard box to live in because I don't have a home or something.
Those with the most to lose will become ill. That's right. We're going to see the old, you know, coming into with wheelchairs and you know, what else, Woodman? You know, oxygen tanks, and
They've got it all.
You know, boots. You know, on the
Boots, yeah, boots. Yeah, to hide whatever you call those things you put on your ankles, ankle bracelet, whatever yeah.
little boots. The little boots. Greg Rubini, great article here. Interestingly, just 2 minutes after I sent a DM to a certain person with certain information, my internet connection got suddenly interrupted. It never happens. So that's interesting. Interesting to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so just put out a video here a little bit ago. Project I did, MK Ultra survivor sue Gov. It's more up in the Canadian side, but interesting article indeed. We got here Alex Jones confronts corrupt Obama judge Amy Bremen and Jackson in D.C. on the streets.
I remember that vehicle, Mike. Yeah.
All right, we got somebody here trying to reach out. I will say, Deb. I think that's right. Patriot Hour 2018 at Gmail. I don't think it's the. All right, it's just all in a day's work here, folks. The corruption in the state. You got to look at people. You know, I do listen, and I do look at you guys, Woodman as well. We go back, we look at videos, we do as much as we can. I know there's lots of things I don't get back to. They get into my head. I sometimes look, sometimes they might pass.
That's too much to cover, my lord, man.
And plus everything we're doing on our own. You know, it's not just driven by all comments and emails, which we love. And as we get better and bigger, or whether we stay just where we're at, we'll always do our best. I take it to be, if I land on something out of all the emails, my eye hits it, and I'm into it, and the next thing you know, I'm talking back to you or making a video about it, that it worked out. And that's the way it should be. That my eyes saw it for the reason intended. So it's funny. I mean, Woodman sent me something one time. A month went by. I ended up back on it, did it, and then he's like, "Great video, brother." I'm like, "Well, you sent me that originally." He's, "Oh, I did." And he kind of, you know, it's a little bit of time goes by, you know. And he's like, "I thought some of it seemed familiar, and then this and that, and then with my spin on it was a little different, but, or you know, presented differently, or just familiar but not." That's what's crazy about a lot of the things coming out that we're going over. It's like, man, I did a video on this a year and a half ago or something. It's
It's a lot of intake, of intake, and for an old man like me, I'm not even used to this stuff, and a lot of intake. You have to, you know, slow the tempo down a little bit sometimes and really look and see what it is, because you can be easily misguided also. But wow. I'm learning a lot. Holy cow. And yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Yeah, there's people out there to try and sidetrack you. I know that firsthand. So, you know, at least nobody's burning my house down or anything. Of course, kind of hard to do is brick, you know.
Yeah.
Steel roof,
you'll
brick
huff
walls.
and you'll puff and you'll blow your house down.
You know it, man. You know
Big bad wolf.
Yeah.
All right.
I do have to I gotta get this big house. I know that. I need a little cabin somewhere in the woods, you know, like Abraham Lincoln had, you know, and chop my own wood and send up smoke signals and.
Oh yeah. Now they're falsely, well, Trump, Limbaugh, a couple of them are saying that they created the coronavirus. It's like a deep state created thing, you know, the narrative.
I don't think so. I think it came out of China. It's not a deep state thing. I think they're trying to utilize that.
So you're saying you're lining up with mainstream and opposite of Trump then?
Well, I think personally that China done that as a weapon of war, and my opinion,
Yeah, that's
because they're gonna people that came from there, they're not gonna sit there and go, yeah, we're really sorry about that. We apologize for this worldwide. No, they're not gonna do that. Here's one of these things too. You have to keep looking. And then Democrats don't want to give Trump any money for that. Well, first it's like, well, you didn't ask for enough. Then they still don't want to give it to him. They're blocking it yet. I just don't
So
understand that part.
BuzzFeed smear falsely accuses Trump and Limbaugh of saying deep state created coronavirus. So in a report published Thursday night, BuzzFeed falsely claimed.
You went blank, Mike.
Oh, I did too. My camera.
You're black. You're black.
Oh,
You didn't pay your bill.
we got. I'll pull up this article on here. Hold on. I just swiped it off. That's odd. I guess I clicked it out. Right here. Now we're looking at their shirts. So BuzzFeed, in a report published. I'm hearing an echo. Let me turn this off. All right, can you hear? All right, I don't get the echo when I mute Woodman, so I don't know if Woodman's got his speakers on over there or if his headpiece is echoing into his mouthpiece. I got you muted, brother. I can't hear you at all. All right, so BuzzFeed smear falsely accuses Trump and Limbaugh of saying deep state created coronavirus. In a report published Thursday night, BuzzFeed falsely claimed that Rush Limbaugh said the coronavirus was created by the deep state and that President Trump agreed with Limbaugh when asked at a press briefing about the government's preparations for the virus. So First Lady Melania Trump applauds gallery guest Rush Limbaugh after presenting him with the Presidential Medal of Freedom during President Donald J. Trump's State of the Union address back in February 2020, February 4th, in the House chamber of the U.S. Capitol. Limbaugh has not said the virus was created by the deep state, and Trump was not asked if the virus was created by the deep state. Trump was actually asked about Limbaugh's criticism of the CDC official, Dr. Nancy Meisner, who gave an alarmist briefing to the reporters Tuesday while Trump was out of the country wrapping up a state visit to India. So that's all false news anyway. But yeah, who knows? I think the same. I think it was a created weapon over in China, folks, and either it got released on accident or on purpose to create a issue for themselves over there. Possibly, I couldn't say. I don't really have enough background to know. But either way, it's been handled poorly, and it seems like it's being pushed. But Trump's pushing back, basically. Well, it's kind of like the flu, trying to just round it off to be like it's not much more than things we already have. Where the media's impression I got yesterday was more like, no, it's a plague, damn it, and you need to say it like we are. So their push is to be fearful. It's a plague. We need something. And Trump's was more kind of like, we'll take it for, day by day or whatever. And I think we got it under wraps. I mean, it was funny. Bernie said that guy that came out and said it's going to be gone in 2 months. He gave a date of, April 1st, or May 1st, it'll be gone. Like, how do they know that? Well, it's the same thing they're doing with the end of the world is going to be in 12 years. You can give a date, July 2nd of this 2031, we're done. Unless we get a lot of tax dollars out of you guys, and then we could throw that at the problem, which, we'll fix it.
Well, this one created a diversion, man. Diversion. You have to admit they've been doing that for an awful long time, where they have to fabricate something or this comes up. It's a ploy. I don't know. I'm not trying to tell you how to think, but wake up, people. These people, I don't know. I don't know where they came from, but sure not from any people that I know. That's for sure. They've been getting away with murder for so long, and they want to keep doing it. We're just not going to have it anymore. Uphill battle for sure. Uphill battle. And, they lie, cheat, steal, just like they've been doing all along. Anyway, it's not. It's the norm for them. Uh, Nothing different. Lie, cheat, steal. Lie, lie, lie. Point the finger in the other direction. Let people start thinking about that. They'll quit worrying about what I'm doing. They'll be looking at something else. And you have to admit it's been a continuous cycle for quite some time.
Well, this is how it's always been.
Yeah.
Trying to break the norms, bring you guys tidbits of what we can, what we know. Some things I haven't done much on the coronavirus other than, early on, found out the guy that pushed the SARS was the same. So
Numbers from yesterday that, how many people were in the United States affected, but
yeah,
that was yesterday, and you'd be surprised to know that there's 8 in California, the perfect state according to Pelosi. Whatever. It's a beautiful state. It's terrible that she is ruining it day by day. Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible sight.
All right. Well, it is about 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard. I am going to go ahead and shut this one down. It was a good little test to get done here today. Tomorrow, look for that video. Me and Woodman will be live around 9 a.m., maybe for, 15, 20 minutes. Other than that, we'll sign off. Look for some more videos later this evening. Woodman, brother.
And thank you again, Mike, for fixing my computer. Once again, the knight in shining armor comes over and saves the woodman.
We did this one over the phone, but yeah, we got her done.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you guys. We'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour update coming real soon. Have a good day.
God bless you and pray.
God
Pray,
bless.
pray, pray.